We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. First down, count away, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down now, count away. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. 20. And he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Next score, Chargers 7, Broncos 0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And just shutting him off there. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Play action. It's Herbert. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. From the gun, Harris. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Adams.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run on first down. Callaway. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they said. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Off-play action. Harris. And it's complete to Adams. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that. And he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic. and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
On 2nd down, Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
After 17-7 the score. RDA Sports.
Broncos 7.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to a field goal. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Herbert off of play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Harris. And finding the tight end Hooper. And I think the ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice gain.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 41-yard line.
Single receiver. 24 is the mark. Watch the curl.
Herbert now. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's got room. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go. Check. 53. 53.
On first down, it's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen.
Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And caught, right side, Green. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Harris now on 3rd down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On first down, Callaway. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Harris. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there. And
he will have a Broncos first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
15 yards. First down, Broncos.
Now a play fake here on first down. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
They'll run on first down. Callaway, and he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Harris. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
To throw is Harris. From the gun on 3rd down. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And the reception made by Green. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll make it a second down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going deep here for Allen. On Herbert, his third interception. Picked off by Josh Jones. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Harris. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up for the 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert, escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the 1st down. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it to Herbert. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now their defense came through to the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job. Job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert on 1st down now. And this is going to be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
For the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Harris. It's caught by Hooper. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, Callaway. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
At his 48-yard line, it's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 89 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
First down, Denver.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Operating from the gun, Harris. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Here's Harris off the play fake. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They'll run on first down. Callaway. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Harris to throw on second down. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Callaway. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Harris. And that will be incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
53, check 53. I'm here all day.
From his own end zone, Herbert. Allen's got it complete, and he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Watch the pass. 24 is the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 24.
Herbert back to the air. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and then slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Callaway. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On 2nd down now, Callaway. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason.